Well, the stakes of 2024 just got even higher. West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin is not seeking re-election in 2024. Creates an opening for Republicans to flip the moderate Democrat seat in the world's, it says greatest here, self-described greatest deliberative body, the United States Senate. Chris is here. We established last night, Chris, that you have great sources inside the Democratic Party. What are they saying about Joe Manchin? Actually, we described that you know people in the Democratic Party. What are your sources saying about Joe Manchin's departure?
Are you mocking me, my handsome young friend? Oh, okay.
No, I am not mocking. No, this is what I'm genuinely interested in. Okay, and I'll make this the question more specific.
Please.
Which is, I thought it was really interesting. You said I'm not running for re-election, but it was kind of like, but kind of sort of if I might be needed later for something else. It wasn't like I'm done with politics. I'm retiring to be with my grandkids.
Yeah. So here's what my source tells me. His family's okay. His health is good. And with those two bases intact, I say that I am very upset to hear from Joe Manchin that this is true and that he is not going to seek re-election. I think it is a mistake. I think it is bad for the country. I think it is bad for our chances of getting to a better place. And of course, it's problematic for the Democratic Party because I don't know how they get any Democrat with a chance to win. I think he had an uphill battle, even though he's a legend in West Virginia. I think this is a sign of the times, and it is a bad sign.
Yeah, Nick Saban, as a Democrat, may not even have a choice in West Virginia, a favorite son. Brad Paisley, perhaps, the country music singer from West Virginia, is a Democrat. He could have a chance in West Virginia. But I'm thinking more, is this Joe Manchin's way of trying to create a draft Joe Manchin for president movement?
Let me tell you something about Joe Manchin. He ain't subtle, okay? If he wanted to run, he would run. If he wanted to be drafted, he'd tell you, I think I should be drafted. If he wanted to make noise, he'd be making noise. The guy's frustration is he is a deal maker. Now, some will say, it's probably, my phone's getting hot right now, because they're saying, oh, what are you talking about? He's been killing the Democratic Party. Joe Manchin has always been the same guy. I've known him a long time. I watched him in action as governor in West Virginia, have to tell families that the information that was put out about their loved ones being found alive was wrong in the middle of the night. No governor that I know, maybe Andrew, but anybody who's politically wise would never go to families with horrible news that they hadn't provided in the first place. He's a conscience guy. He's a deal maker. He's a principle guy. You may not like his positions. That's fine. But he's not a sneak, and he hasn't changed.
I was going to say, this almost feels a little bit like a eulogy. I guess it is a political eulogy, right? He's done. It's over. And
I mean, look, could he run for state office in West Virginia? Yeah. Could he run for president? It's going to be hard to get the money together. I got to tell you. I mean, if Biden's not the guy for the Democrats, they got trouble.
Yeah. What do you got on the show tonight?
I have really good guests. Trying a little different type of show tonight. Instead of like focusing on the what, I'm focusing on the who. I have the governor of Maryland, Wes Moore. Why isn't he running for president on the Democratic side? Then we have Mossab Hassan Youssef. He is blowing up on the internet. He's known as the Green Prince. And he went viral last week yelling at me on the show. People completely misunderstood where he's coming from. No one has more complete perspective on the situation than he. Nobody's lived it on all sides like he. Now he's here in America. He's going to be live on set telling us about how what's happening there could happen here. And then I have Adam Carolla, who is, you know, one of the biggest podcasters in existence, brilliant comedic mind, to kind of take on what's happening in this country in reaction to the Middle East.
Right, I just want you to know if any of them cancel, okay? Now, it will be big shoes to fill, but if any of them you cancel, call me. I'm always available for you. Just, you know, when you're focusing on the who, I'm here. I'm just saying.
I see you as a current and future leader in this country.
Pinch hitter. I'll see you soon, my friend. Coming up. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.